All right, this is recording 736. You can find me at ChristinaStacia918.com. Okay, so I want to start out. I've got news stories to report, more decode to report. So I should have made these recordings over the weekend. I'm sure by now Jean Jernigan Roberts and her Manson occult have tried to run ahead and try to steal off my phone and go try to racket the crimes they committed and run around telling lies and kissing ass and the usual. But again, this all works in intelligence's favor because everybody crying to them, trying to lie about me and then going, here you go. Believe you me, they got a who's naughty and who's nice list. If you committed crimes and you're trying to racket them and you're trying to shut me up because you want to continue committing crimes and running rackets, believe me, they know who you are. You don't get away with the shit. It just seems like you're getting away with it right now because of the situation that you have the United States in. And everybody listening worldwide, I know you guys already know this, but I'm just saying it again. I'm turning in an American domestic terrorist who commits terrorism internationally also. She is a Caucasian female in her late 70s. She did the World Trade Center attack. She did the Oklahoma City bombing. I've solved over probably 1,000 crimes that she has committed. Right now, present day, as she pre-planned before I was even born, is she's trying to steal my identity. As you guys know, she runs around committing terrorism, pretending to be me. Oh, speaking of, last night, after I posted, which I'm getting ready to tell you about my books, I posted 2 of them. Last night after I posted one of my books, I was falling asleep and my brain lit up and it was a Spanish guy. He looked Spanish, but I couldn't really tell. He had dark hair. I think he had on a jacket, but I don't know what color his jacket was. He had on a white shirt and a red tie. And he was standing next to an SUV. And then he was like screaming at me. And I'm like, why are you screaming at me? And then he said, and I don't know if it's him saying it or people talking over his voice saying it. Because I know Gene Roberts talks over the top of people. So if you're depending on any type of communication and mental telepathy, forget about it. Because Gene has got paid liars out the wazoo. So no clear, truthful anything will get anywhere. Because all Gene Roberts wants to do is commit crimes and lie about it. And shut me up. Because I'm the one that knows that she's committing the crimes. But anyway, he said something, unless his voice, like I said, his voice was turned over. He said something like, he goes, it was the cops talking about doing 9/11. And I'm like, that was not the police that did 9/11. And I'm like, that was Gene Roberts and her Manson occult. And I'm like, so he obviously is like, okay, well, he obviously can't see that you uploaded a book because he would know that. So obviously he got funneled lie-ass information. Gene loves to pick from what I upload or loves to re-record what I upload and spin it into lies and hide names and switch names and cover a fucking ass and distribute fucking shit everywhere. So obviously, he received something like that, and he's repeating back the lies that he heard. So, no, Jean Jernigan Roberts committed the World Trade Center attack with her Manson occult. It was not police. And then she literally used an image of me, okay? There's a picture of me when I was little, and I still remember my dress. It was from the 70s. I was like 3 years old. And you could ask my mom, Cleanne. But I had this little dress and it's red it's the top of it's red and the skirt is blue and it's got like a little white ribbon around it. And I'm like 3 years old and I still remember it because the polyester was polyester and it was like really, really thick material. And I wore the dress all the time. Well, she's using that picture of me when I was 3 years old and she's running around saying that she's me. And she's running around threatening law enforcement and intelligence using an image of me from when I was little. She also is using an image of me from when I was little with my little yellow and white dress that my mom made me. She's also used the image. She's probably using the image of me when I was little. My mom used to sew clothes for me with little overalls on and the material was like quilted. And then also my little Winnie the Pooh dress. So I've seen her like literally like wearing my clothes, pretending to be me. And she's literally acting like me as a child. And she's talking to people like she's a child. But she's saying she's me. And she's committing terrorism and she's threatening people. And she's doing that to the CIA. The CIA showed me that Jean was doing that because I looked up this CIA on my work computer to get like a cool image of Kryptos. So anyway, for my wallpaper. So anyway, they floated a picture and they had a girl that works for the CIA and they have her like real low down, like they're messing with my visual perception. So like there's two guys and then there's a girl like real low down and she's dressed in the same dress that I own, but she's got regular clothes on, like shirts and the pants or whatever. But they overlay and they flash in my brain what Jean has been doing. And I'm like, that's my dress from when I was little. I'm Christina. Jean is not me. Stop, Jean. Jean Jernigan Roberts is Barry John Stacia, Marine Colonel's ex-girlfriend. She is not me. We're two different people. She's the one that runs around spreading lies and seeking false sympathy, and she committed stolen valor in the Navy. She's a leader of Charles Manson. She tried to pull the wool over my dad's eyes. I mean, she's just run a number on everyone. She's scum. So she is the one that she's acting like she's me. She is not me. And she'll tell lies about me, which I've turned her in for, as her excuse, as she pre-planned to steal my identity from before I was even born. I mean, she is a serial stalker psychopath. She is not me. So anyway, the CIA told me in my brain, or whoever was translating for them, they said they know they're showing me that Jean has been impersonating me in that manner. So anyway, so she gets into this persona of me pretending to be me, and she starts talking to this guy who's extremely pissed off. He hits a hole or bashes a hole into the side of a window of a van. He's so pissed. Or a SUV. And she's like lowers herself to where she's like me at 3 years old. And she's like, da, 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 talking to him. And then he starts talking to her. And I'm like, what the fuck is this psychosis shit? I mean, seriously. Fucking arrest the fucking goddamn stolen valor Navy captain. This is insane. So anyway, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are. I don't even know if you're in America. I don't know. But your people, your community, your precinct, I don't know who you are or where you are, but you're being screwed with by Jean Roberts and her Manson occult. So anyway, okay, so let me tell you more crimes that Gene Roberts and her Manson occult committed over the past week. So, United Kingdom Amazon workers at Coventry warehouse tested for tuberculosis after outbreak. Now, I decoded where she was going to do outbreaks of tuberculosis several times. So, I mean, I know instantly this was her. What's notable in here is that Amazon is testing workers at its Coventry warehouse. So notice she's using the CW. Okay. And she's using Coventry. So what she's using there is an insurance company named Coventry when I lived in Illinois and worked in Illinois, named Coventry. And they were a managed care company, and they go by the name of Personal Care. So she's using PC, peace, like Kippy Peace, like with the two fingers up. And then I noticed that these words overlay. So I do a cross reduction between the Personal Care, the Coventry, and Amazon. So you get AMAZ and then CVETRY, and then it decodes out to Tasmania. There's probably more there. Next crime that Gene Roberts and her Manson occult committed: France, cyber thieves hit European Space Agency, stealing hundreds of gigabytes of data. So she committed this crime also. She's using Esau is what she's using. She's using Esau, which is somebody's name from the Bible. I think there's an Esau in the Bible is what she's using. But you know, she's using that. She's got a silent E theme now. So she's using that. She also spies on me and she hacks my company's work computers. Today I was trying to enter in data and she kept messing with the records constantly over and over and over again. And there were people listening in an AI in my brain, and they were threatening her to fucking stop fucking hacking my company. Stop fucking hacking my company. And then somebody said, just go freaking shoot them. And then they're like, just give us the world. Just give us the word. We will shoot the motherfuckers. And then people started screaming. There's people stuck down here near them that don't want to be shot. And they said the military knows how to shoot around you. If they can get authorization to shoot the motherfuckers, they'll shoot them. Fucking stop hacking my company. So anyway, so she's using the European Space Agency, and this probably goes with the whole Turkey and the EU theme. She's probably got that going is what she's doing. And then also this was Boxing Day, and Boxing Day is 12/26, and she was using this. There was something in here I saw. Something that decoded out to 12/26 besides just being on Boxing Day, but she used the 12/26 Boxing Day. United States, 1 killed, 3 injured in targeted shooting at historic New Orleans restaurant. And today I'm like on my TikTok, and she's controlling the news feed on there now. And so she's flipping on Cajun food, and then she shows this military guy smiling. Okay, like you guys have figured out, actual military today have figured out. Those are criminals pretending to be military. Remember today in my brain, people were saying, do not help them. They are spreading lies for money. They are committing terrorism. People are getting killed. They are committing terrorism. They're committing terror attacks. Soldiers are being killed. You got to stop helping them. Stop running your fucking racket. And then somebody in my brain said, stop helping Gene Roberts people. They're running a freaking racket. People are getting killed. This is terrorism. And then they swung back and said they weren't going to stop. And then somebody else said, do you guys hear what they just said? That tells you what you need to know. Because military would say to stop. And they have no interest in stopping. So that tells you they're posing as military. They're not military. They could give a crap less. Those are criminals. So anyway, I know they were trying to racket this because Beyonce and Jay-Z are syrup to Gene Roberts. She thinks that she is Beyonce, and she thinks that she's like Beyonce's spokesperson in her entire posse. And Beyonce and Jay-Z know exactly everything that's going on. They're not affiliated with Gene. She tried to force her crap on them. She's tried to trick them, and she still tries to do it. And there's nothing they can do when it comes through business ventures, because she hits people up high through the corporate infrastructure, and then she hits people low on the street. So she will hit you up on the street, just regular everyday people, and then she will hit you at the corporate level too. So I mean, there's nothing that she can do, or any other celebrity, unless all celebrities get together and demand Donald Trump arrest Gene Roberts. I mean, I don't know what else to say or do there. She's got a lot of people held hostage. But anyway, so United States, 1 killed, 3 injured in targeted shooting at historic New Orleans restaurant. This was at Dookie Chase's restaurant. And Dookie Chase, Gene knows I know this from when I lived in Slidell, because I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. That is one of Beyonce and Jay-Z's favorite restaurants. And Gene knows this. So she's going to syrup it. So there was a shooting. I'm telling you, Gene Jernigan Roberts did it. Which means, just like Gene Jernigan Roberts committed all of these crimes. Again, I've told you guys before, she either has a direct hand in it, or she has a direct hand and an ice hand in it, or just an ice hand in it. But it is Gene Jernigan Roberts and her Manson occult committing those crimes. So I don't worry about everything that goes with it. All I'm doing is stop controlling my speech. I turn in the leader of the Manson occult. The CIA figures out when a crime happens that Gene has committed, what the trail is. So anyway, United States, 1 killed, 2 wounded in Morgan Park shooting. Around 8:40 p.m., responding officers found 3 men shot in the 1100 block of South Longwood Drive, Chicago. So this was in Morgan Park. So Gene Roberts committed this crime too. You can tell because she's using the 1, 2. She took the yellow and the orange as the first 2 colors. And then she's saying 1, 2 equals 0 is what she's doing. And so now she's got a 12 equals 0 theme out there that she's using as a theme to commit terrorism with. So you may be ice raped like that, or she may be tricking you into committing crime like that. Or you may not even realize that it's even coming from Gene. I don't know. I turned in Gene Roberts. She's the leader of Charles Manson. So, and then she's probably using Morgan Freeman too, because Morgan Freeman was on Lean On Me, and then this was in Chicago. And then you can see it was around 8:40 p.m. So 12 equals 0 again there. So there's probably more, but you can tell with that, Gene Jernigan Roberts committed those crimes. Russian Federation, family of 5, cafe staff injured in gas explosion in Russia's Stavropol region. So this was, I knew instantly when I saw the gas cylinder. The explosion occurred at a cafe on the federal highway of Kavkaz in the afternoon of January 17th, causing a 1,500 square meter fire that was localized. So she's using the 15. Okay, so this is another thing Jean is doing. Anything that black people do, Jean Roberts steals it and then delivers stolen, warped information to more black people and to white people. So she white people's people. And then she twists it all around, and then she uses so she does all her different methods. And then she commits crime. So she's ruining what black people have said in the first place. Because Jean is white and she's fabulous. Just let her just do everything. She runs everything. So what she's using here is, okay, you already got the January 17th. The 15, okay, so she's using 40 acres and a mule. This is how abusive Jean Roberts is. Stealing this from black people, warping it around, committing terrorism with it. People are probably getting in trouble over it. And then she's acting like she's black and it's a part of the movement, and just let her just get away with this shit. I'm telling you, I've had it with Jean Roberts. She's a white supremacist. And letting her work over people and letting her commit terrorism, stealing from black people, and then claiming she's just there for everyone, just let her get away with it, is making me out of my mind. You've got to arrest Jean Jernigan Roberts. You've got to arrest her, the Navy captain. Now somebody's in my voice right now while I'm speaking, and they're trying to act like her name is some kind of like freaking code or something. So Jean can go do exactly what I just said she does. Just blame it all on me. I'll fix everything. Jean thinks this is a fucking joke. You literally need to arrest the Navy captain. So, okay, so you need to read about, if you haven't read about, you need to read about 40 acres and a mule, okay? This was land that the United States promised to African Americans upon the abolition of slavery. And they did not go through on their promise. People did not get what they were supposed to receive. Okay, so this goes to that. So they're taking the 15 is a quarter of an hour. Okay, so 15 equals 25. Okay, so they're saying 25. So she's using 25 as landmass is what she's using. So she's taking how black people have for the past 10 years talking about what is owed to us in reparations. It's not just financial compensation, but it's land. You owe us land. So they've always used that. They've used the 14 and they've used the 15. And now Jean has taken it, stolen and warped it. It is now committing terrorism with it. I mean, everything she does is completely abusive and obscene. So anyway, that's how I know Jean Roberts committed that crime. And then also you can tell Family of Five, she's using the 5 there, the V strike, the snake strike. Russian Federation blast at Russian Police Training Center, injures 9 in Republic of Komi. So she committed this crime here. She's using Contra is what she's doing. She's making a reference to, and the ciphers some of the ciphers I decoded, I didn't know what to call this kind of style, because she uses all different kinds of legends and all different kinds of, like, she uses Masonic code. She uses anything and everything. I told her it's a hodgepodge of code. And as I've grown up my whole life, everything I know my whole life, she has made sure to use. So when I go to figure it all out, and I go to figure out that it's Gene Roberts and or Charles Manson occult committed it, I know how to solve everything because I know everything that I know because I've lived for 54 years. And so it's everything that I've learned. I'm like, okay, I know you use this. I know you use it. So as I decode, I'm like, oh my God, she did this too. Oh my God, she did this too. So for those of you guys who remember Contra, the Nintendo video game, remember the cheat code, the up, down, left, right, BA, start? Okay, so she uses that in ciphers and demonic ciphers that she writes that I decode. And all I have to do is follow the little pattern. So in naming the pattern, I just called it Konami code because Konami is the guys that made the video game Contra. So plus, I mean, she did the Iran hostage crisis. So I just call it Konami code. So that's what she's using there. She's using Komi. She's using Konami is what she's using. She's making a 1979 reference. And she's using up, down, left, right, BA, start is what she's doing. So I know that she committed this crime. Okay, then... Okay, so... The next one is Bismarck. A 35-year-old Bismarck man is in custody after what police? This is in Bismarck, North Dakota. Is in custody after what police describe as an attempted armed robbery. Note the 35-year-old male and a multi-agency pursuit that ended in a standoff at the Grant Marsh Bridge. You know by the word Marsh. You know by the word Bismarck. And then you also know by the word CVS. And then you know Jean's obsession with knives and pills. She's making some kind of Marilyn Monroe reference here. So she committed this crime also. And then also stolen pickup truck, that's syrup. She claims forever that somebody stole her pickup truck. She arranged for somebody to steal her truck. So it's just the same thing over and over. Columbia dispensary fire caused by vehicle striking a gas meter. This was a fire at a cannabis dispensary in Columbia on Ponderosa Street. So Ponderosa is the name, and note the PS, CL code PS, Ponderosa is the name of a buffet. It's a steakhouse buffet. So you can tell, also Boone County. So she's using people's last names that I know. She keeps acting like people I'm talking to are those people, and I'm not. I'm making reports to Secret Service against Gene Jernigan Roberts. But she's just trying to throw everybody's names in because she's trying to racket them or act like they're a part of her little fake freaking ring which is a real ring that she's running. I don't know what the hell she's doing. But anyway, she acts like she's the leader of all of my friends and family. And she's a spokesperson for everybody. She owns everyone. Just let her handle everything. And she does that to the whole United States. So anyway, and then also you've got wine. So you can tell. And then Chief Gale, the Fire Protection District Assistant's name is Gail Blomenkamp. So Gail Wind, you can tell Gene Roberts committed that crime too. So then there is more. And I got the last crimes in from the 60s. that she committed, I think. The shooting at the UT Tower in Texas in 1967. And then what was the other one? I think I got those in the last recording. And then the other one, there are two older crimes that she committed. Okay, so then there is another recording that I want to do after this. I'm going to stop this recording and then I'll make another one.